The retrospectives is a term used in software development community to describe the act of reflecting on work that was done and not done in the product development. And there are two essential types of retrospectives. By the Scrum Guide 2020, we only have Sprint Retrospectives, and I want to add one more, which is Product or Project Retrospectives. The basic idea behind the retrospectives is to reflect on what went well in the product development, what didn't go well, and what can be done to improve the process going forward. In a Sprint Retrospective, this is done by reflecting on what happened in the last sprint. Timeboxing and sprint planning as a practice introduce the idea of organizing your time into small manageable chunks. After those time-boxed chunks, at least in Agile product development, it's important to also have a planned self-appraisal session. And this is Sprint Retrospectives. In Sprint Retrospective, the insights learned from the team self-appraisal are then applied to the next sprint, which allows the product development to regularly improve. The team selects what is important and what should be focused on. This gives the team a sense of contribution to improvement and allows them to own it. It helps the team to be internally motivated to succeed, and they don't need outside forces pushing them to improve. Okay, now please remember that Sprint Retrospectives is time-boxed to 3 hours or less for 1 month sprint. And now we will look at the Product or Project Retrospectives, sometimes called as a post-mortem. The team looks back over the entire product or project when the entire product has been deemed complete. Now, in the resource section, you will find the Project Retrospective meeting agenda you can use. One of the major differences with the Product Retrospective is that there is no next sprint to which the lesson from the retrospective can be applied. And that shouldn't stop you from practicing the Product Retrospective though. Even though the current product development might not have the next sprint, there are likely to be other products on which team members will work. They could be on other projects that the team work on together, or the team could disband and go to other projects. That doesn't matter. What does matter is that the entire team gets the opportunity to reflect on the product as a whole and to take lessons learned into future endeavors, whether separate or apart. Another really important reason to have a product retrospective is that they allow the team cathartic release of energy. In most product developments, there will be personality differences, disagreements, and compromises made. If at the end of the product development these are all left unresolved, it can be unhealthy. Having a product retrospective gives the team the ability to settle their differences in a collaborative and open atmosphere, and free from judgment. So post-mortems are a great way to apply lessons learned to future product developments, as well as to get people the chance to talk about their experiences openly and repair wounds. The value of doing a retrospective is pretty clear. But what happens when you avoid doing them? Well, think about a Scrum team in which you didn't do sprint retrospectives. What would happen after each sprint? It's likely that the team would plan the next sprint and jump right into development. This often happens. However, without allowing for reflection, these projects tend to continue as they have before, without any explicit sense of what is going well and what is not going well within the product development. People may have their feelings and they may express those feelings regularly. But without a team-wide retrospective to capture those feelings, it's difficult to make a team decision on what needs to be changed and what should stay the same. And remember, no matter how great your team is, there is always room for improvement. Nobody is perfect, we are not machines. So instead of avoiding reflection in your product development, encourage it. The resulting improvements is often tangible, so that's what a retrospective is and why you should use them.